this session to create an awareness about this session, World IP. And then we'll just give me one moment. I'm just getting some problem. Just one moment. Just a moment. I forgot to make it live on YouTube. Just doing it. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Today is World IP Day, and we are here to celebrate World IP Day for pharmacy professionals. The objective is very simple. For today's session, we have two wonderful speakers, Dr. Sangmesh Puranik. He is MPharm PhD, and he is the founder and CEO of Saskia Labs. And we have Mrs. Garima Singhal, who is IPR consultant, and also she provides services of various IPR related aspects through her organization, Easy Patent Services. So the objective of this session is to create awareness amongst pharmacy professionals with respect to IP and intellectual property rights. So I welcome Dr. Sangmesh to start the session. And Dr. Sangmesh does not need much introduction from us. He is a well-known pharmacy professional with more than 21 years of experience in various fields of pharma, food, quality, and regulatory affairs. He has expertise in regulatory affairs, expertise in small molecules development, novel biological, biosimilars products, CT applications, food and dietary health supplements, and controlled drug substances. He has done his MPharm and PhD, and he has been part of various organizations. His last organization he worked was with Anthem Bioscience, as he was the head of regulatory affairs. Currently, he is the founder and program director of Distri Institute of Distance Learning in Bangalore. This organization provides a lot of e-learning solutions for pharmacy professionals. He is also founder and CEO of Masang Laboratories Limited, Bangalore. He is also the founder and director of Saskia Labs, Bangalore, which is again a nutraceutical company. A lot of products related to nutraceuticals are available on saskialabs.com. You could check out the website. He is also founder and director of Thiagro Labs Private Limited. So with this short introduction, I now welcome Dr. Sangmesh to start his presentation and share his knowledge with our pharmacy professionals who have gathered here to listen to him. And then followed by his presentation, we'll have Mrs. Garima Singhal's presentation, who will be sharing a lot about innovative ideas and creative ideas for pharmacy professionals. And after that, at the end of both the presentation, we'll have Q&A session, which will be combined, and you can directly ask the presenters your specific questions, and we'll try to answer together. So thank you so much. And I'll introduce Garima ma'am after Dr. Sangmesh's presentation. So Dr. Sangmesh, please continue your presentation, and
yes.
Eager
Thank
to
you.
listen
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Manoj, for inviting me for this IP and Youth Day. So today I'll start with the story of Indian pharmaceutical industries, how it has grown to this height from the initial days. So this story started in 1935, when India, before independence, Cipla, owner of Cipla was Ahmed Hamid, who was a freedom fighter. With inspiration from Gandhiji, they decided India should be self-sufficient for its own drugs because it was dependent on the MNCs, and they are exploiting Indian population with huge prices. That is where the Indian history of pharmaceutical companies started way back in 1935. So in 1935, majority of the drugs available in India were from the MNC companies, where they used to charge heavy charges. So India, with that, Cipla started. So CIPLA, the major revolution in 1911, the Indian Patent Act was not so strong. So his son, Yusuf Ahmed, he has completed his PhD from Cambridge and he came to India. He, along with few of the Indian companies, approached the Indian government for the patent amendment. The major revolution started in the year 1970, where the patent revolution started. There, all the old patent laws have been amended to the process patent. That is where India has become the global pharmacy of the world. So the reason why I am telling this one, because majority of the drugs in South Africa, see, the MNCs are scared of India when it started with the process patent. I'll tell few examples. The few of the antiretroviral drugs, Judovidin, it is the huge and it had a lot of impact in the South Africa. Entire patients were suffering on the population, and MNC companies were charging $10,000 per patient per year, where the country is not affordable. Then the same year, due to the amendment in the Patent Act, so there is a New York Times news, CIPLA has offered the same drug at the 99% reduction of the cost. So then it is through the process reverse engineering and the process patent. Whenever the drug Judovidin is available only in the MNC companies, CIPLA with the process patent and reverse engineering, they offered the drug to the entire world at the price of 99% reduction in the cost. That is where all are looking about India. Yes. One more example is Imitinib, anti-cancer drug, which were once again under the patent with the MNC companies. That drug was also created by the Indians through reverse engineering and the process patent, and it was offered to the entire world. So that is how India has become the pharmacy of the world. That the time period of 1970s is very, very tremendous changes in the Indian pharmaceutical industry. Lot of changes happened. So that is why India is called as, and even US, all companies are looking to India for the affordable medicine. The Indian funda is to make the drugs affordable and available in time. Because even if the patent is, since patent is territory wise, all the patented products anywhere in the world, within 2 to 3 years, India will offer the generic version through the process patent. And the whole world was looking, even the US, our Hatch-Waxman Act and Indian and the US generic medicine insurance companies are looking to India. Yes, we want the generic drugs which are at affordable price, where we can offer to the US citizens since it is under insurance, the government has to pay the prices for the drugs. So they have decided, let us go with India for all the generic versions. Now, I will start the presentation. See, almost all India is the youngest country in the world. So the whole world is having an eye on the Indian youngsters, because India is talented. India is having the largest USFDA approved sites in the world. The world in terms of IT, artificial intelligence, pharmaceutical industries, almost all the countries are dependent on India because of the young talent. India is the only country where we can supply talented people to the entire world. Talented. You take any big companies, all the CEOs are from India. So Indians are self-sufficient, and almost all the countries want to sell their drugs or any type of product in the Indian market. That is how India has grown. So that is where the challenge is. They want to make us as a WTO member. We have to be a member of GATT, TRIPS. They want to see. MNC companies are literally struggling. Even if they have the patent, they can't control the Indians from exploiting the drugs and offering at low-cost drugs at quality drugs at affordable price. That is where the Indian pharmaceutical industries. So I'll share the presentations.
You may click on the share screen button, sir, and open the PPT. PPT is already open. So yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. See, I will run through the World Trade Organization and WIPO. Why they are making us, are forcing India to join this WTO. That is the reason, because India is offering the drugs at affordable price to the entire world. That is the main reason they want to tie up with some bonding with the WTO regulations. If you want to sell the drug to the entire world, we have to follow all these regulations. That is the reason they want to change the Indian Patent Act, that 1970, where process patent is our major strength. They are forcing us to change to the product patent. That is why there is a lot of changes happened after the 1970 Patent Act, when India became the WTO member. See, before going to the next slide, we should know the WIPO, World Intellectual Property Office, and WTO is the World Trade Organization. GATT, when India entered the GATT in the year 1995, the whole story changes for the Indian pharmaceutical industry. Then TRIPS, trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights, and TRIMS is the trade-related investment measures. These are various norms and regulations which are forced on India to become a member of WTO. See, TRIPS, what are the things it will cover? TRIPS will cover all the IPRs, mainly the literal work, artistic work, and the industrial properties like patents, industrial designs, all the softwares, everything. Then TRIMS, that is trade-related intellectual, the investment measures to facilitate the foreign investment, to liberalize the world trade, and to strike out the investment measures. And GATS, it is mainly about global agreement on tariffs and trades. It is movement of person and the transportation of all the goods, financial services, and the shipping. So they have made this World Trade Organization, and they have forced India to become the member of WTO in the year 1995. This is how the story of WTO starts. It is located in Geneva, Switzerland. It is established in the year 1995. A lot of round of discussions happened from 1986 to 1994. Then there are totally about 149 countries, membership countries for this WTO. Then what are the functions of WTO? Administration of WTO, forum for negotiation if any disputes are there between the countries in terms of trade and tariff, assistance for training and development for the developing and the underdeveloped countries, then cooperation with the international organizations. See, what is WTO? This is mainly the rules, regulations. They are the watchdogs who will follow the rules, regulations which are established by the WTO, and who are not following, they should, if any disputes are there, they used to resolve all the disputes. Then trade-related TRIPS, India, they have forced through various conventions like Paris Convention. It takes off protection of industrial property like patents, designs, and all those things. Berne Convention, 1971, it focuses mainly on the literary and artistic work, mainly the copyright things are discussed in the Berne Convention. In the Rome Convention in 1961, protection of all your broadcasting and the cinematography, all those things were considered. TRIPS. See, why they want to force India? See, there is a major catch. Almost all the MNC companies, they want Indian pharma sector to be under the product patent. That is the main reason why they have started all these implementation. What are the main causes? Enforcement, TRIPS mainly enforcement, general principles, and specific procedures to be followed by all the member countries. Disputes, if any disputes are there, the party is to settle all the disputes between the WTO members. What are the basic principles of TRIPS, trade-related intellectual property rights? Freedom to determine the appropriate agreement. There is a national treatment and the most favored national treatment. See, all countries should be treated equally. There is no developed country, underdeveloped country, or developing country. No, if they are become the WTO members, all are having the equal rights to negotiate, to discuss all those things. So that is why the main objective of TRIPS is to overlook all the countries, any affairs. If any disputes between the countries are there, it is the responsibility of WTO, World Trade Organization, to take care of all these disputes. Then other national treatment, what they'll do, forbids discrimination between the members, own nations, and the nations of the other member states. Most favored nations forbids discrimination between the nations of other members. There should be equal rights given to all the WTO members. See, TRIPS, how it started in 1995, it entered into force. And for the developing countries, they have given a grace period of 10 years. In January 2005, all the developing countries should change from process patent to product patent. Protection to the areas of technology, mainly in the sector of food and pharma. They are targeting these two major sectors because India is doing wonders and it is the pharmacy for the entire world. So all the MNC companies and mainly the United States and other developed countries are scared of Indian pharma industries and their tremendous growth and supply of quality, safety, and efficacious medicines at affordable price. That is the reason why they have forced India to be a member of WTO, and it should implement a product patent. And in July 2013, they are given about 13 years for the least developed countries. The 13 years grace period they have given it. And in January 2016, least developed countries should also be a part of product patent in pharmaceutical industry. Other non-backsliding countries, see, if the country doesn't have the manufacturing capacity, they can export from the countries which they will offer at affordable price. Once again, India is known for that. So all the low-income countries and the middle-income countries are dependent on India for all type of pharmaceuticals and the medicines. Recently, also we have seen during the time of COVID, India is the major supplier of HCQ, hydroxychloroquine, paracetamol, all type of antiretroviral drugs and antiviral drugs to the entire world. So in spite of maintaining the huge population of India, Modi government and the regulators of the pharmaceutical industry, they have supported the export to entire world. So that is how India has proved once again as the major pharma hub. It is a pharmacy of the entire world. Whole world depends upon India. Even though the latest technologies were developed in developed countries, doesn't matter. India is the only country which is having the major scale-up capacity. It may be in the term of vaccines, pharma, finished products. India is the #1 in the entire world. Formulations, mainly the generic medicines, and China is #1 in the APIs. Now China is also gearing up in the formulations. So one more story. Before 1990s, India were self-sufficient for even APIs also, APIs and formulations. Due to the revolution in China for APIs, due to the support from the government, low labor cost and their massive production, it is offering the APIs of almost all the drugs at 40% less cost than any country. So that is how India has slowly become it has also started depending upon China for the APIs. About 70% of the APIs to the world is supplied by China. Even India is dependent on this. And it is very, very critical for Indian pharma industry to, even though in 1990s, India was self-sufficient in terms of both APIs as well as the formulations. Due to the cost reduction, all are shifting to China. But now due to these geopolitical issues, so India is also gearing up. A lot of government schemes, a lot of funding is happening to establish API sectors once again in the India, and government is giving a lot of tax benefits, incentives, a lot of government schemes, projects to strengthen the API self-sufficiency of all the APIs in India. So once again, coming back to this Doha Declaration, they've emphasized on negotiation of geographical indication registration. See, geographical indication refers to the growth of agricultural products, mainly in the particular areas like Badgi is known for chili, Darjeeling is known for tea, Kulu is known for shawls. So some of the indications, even few cases are there toward the geographical indication. Even the Indian turmeric was, they're trying to patent in US. They're claiming that it is their own molecule, but CSIR of India, who fought with the US government and claimed that this is a grandma's old medicine in the Indian homes. Even during the World War or the unit of time, Hakims used to use this turmeric to cure the wound healings. So that is why it won the case, and turmeric is our Indian geographic indication. And even Basmati is our Indian origin. US people and the other developed countries, they want to claim it as a Tasumati and they want to claim it is their own. No, even the CSIR, which is having a lot of documentation and the evidence, they have fought in the court of law and won the case. Basmati is our Indian brand and it is of Indian origin. So this TRIPS Council mainly considers biodiversity. See, India is known for spices. Because India is known for spices, even though 100 years Britishers ruled India, and we are thinking of Britain, London, all those things, it is a completely stolen country. 100 years back, they looted India, even though India is very, very strong in terms of all the things. See, every adversity comes with equal opportunity. Whatever has gone back, we have to leave it. And we have learned a lot of things from that lesson. So that is why India is at this stage now. And they taught something, that is the English language, what they left us, it is the blessings in disguise. We have made that as the biggest asset of India. Now, India is the largest English-speaking country in the entire world. So that talent we have used in the other way. TRIPS regular activities, there are a lot of rules, regulations from the TRIPS once again. Then the geographic indication, all the biotechnology, traditional knowledge, biodiversity should be covered and patented, or it should be protected through different IPR instruments. See, the entire history of Indian IPR is divided into three categories: pre-independence, post-independence, post-independence before TRIPS, and post-independence after TRIPS. This is very, very important for the Indian pharma industry. See, way back in the years 1956, India witnessed a lot of changes. There was no much protection. And in 1911, replaced all the earlier existing law. Even though Indian patent is having a great history of 1856, there was much was not done. So when Dr. Yusuf Hussain, who has completed PhD from Cambridge and came to India, he is the person behind the revolution of Indian pharmaceutical industry. In 1911, what are the rules, regulations was there? He forced Indian government with other different Indian companies to change it from 1911 to 1970 Independent Act, where they bought the process patent as the major weapon or the major tool where the Indian pharmaceuticals have been geared up. See, before TRIPS, many MNC companies governed the Indian market, and the drugs were imported at higher cost, and India ranked among the highest priced in the world. They used to sell the essential medicines at high price. So that is why, so the needs of the Indian population was not fulfilled. That is why in 1911, they have appointed Justice Bakshi Tekchand as the committee head to review the Indian problems. What are the problems in the Indian patent system? Why it is not making? So they have made a major revolution. What is the outcome? The committee has given two major outcomes: to ensure Indian population needs major support in regards to food, medicine, and medical devices, and should be made available at the affordable price, at the cheap price. But at the same time, they should honor the patentee or the innovator with reasonable royalty or compensation. Then, because of that 1911, these things, they have formed this Hindustan Antibiotics as with the agreement of UNICEF. And second is the revolution is the appointment of Justice Rajgopal Iyengar Committee for the revision of patent law and development of locally sustainable market. That is where the Indian revolution of pharmaceutical industry started way back in 1970. The Ipr Revolution in India with major change as the process-only patent framework. And that is the backbone of Patent Act 1970, what since from 1972, which replaced all the old existing patent laws. The revised act remained till 24 years. India is the country which ruled the entire world because of their process patent. Any type of drug which is available in the country patented product, in the next 2 years, India, through the process patent and reverse engineering, they used to offer the same drug at the price of 90%, 90 to 99% at the reduced cost. That is why the entire Southeast Asia, South Africa, low-income countries are dependent on India for their pharma requirements, almost all the pharmaceutical requirements. The Patent Act 1970 introduced the process patent system, which is very, very advantageous to the Indian pharmaceutical sectors. And the time period of the process patent is only valid for 7 years. No worry, but within 7 years, they have done huge changes to the entire world, and the whole world was supplied with affordable medicines from the Indian pharmaceutical industries. Now, post-independence era, after TRIPS, in 1994, India became a signatory to the GATS, General Agreement for Tariffs and Trade. Consequently, India has to follow the IPR component of GATS, TRIPS component, Uruguay, whatever the WTO rules, regulations were made, they have to follow all the regulations. Where they want to remove this process patent from food and pharma sector to the product patent. Non-compliance with TRIPS could lead to the loss of membership of India from WTO. Following this treaty, ordinance was passed with 1994, but after 6 months, it was implemented in India in January 1st, 1995. Even though India became a member of GATT in 1995, till 1999, no changes were noticed in the Indian patent regulations. Still, they are following the process patent. That is why all the MNC companies were targeting Indian patent law or the Indian patent system, especially the United States. In 1997, the United States took the matter to the entitlement of process patent in the field of food and drug in India to the WTO. They have given a complaint to the WTO. India is not following the product patent process till now. So it is the responsibility of WTO to make them mandatory to follow the product patent. The dispute settled with WTO concluded. India, see, even though till 1995, till 1999, India has not followed the product patent. But see, before following the product patent, India told, see, when the product patent is there, India want to implement 2 more relaxation process in the WTO. That is very, very important. When we want to go for the product patent, we should give 2 relaxations, exclusive marketing rights, and one is compulsory licensing. That is very, very important in the Indian patent law, which when the patented products are not available in India at affordable price, Indian government has the right to give the chance to the local manufacturers to manufacture and give the products at affordable price. That is the very, very big asset for the middle and the low income countries, where India, they have tweaked some regulations and they have challenged the WTO. If you give this, we will change from process patent to product patent. That is the major change. That is why, see what they did when the India became the 1995 member. Retrospectively, they made us to implement from 1995 the amendment, and whatever the application were filed for patent during 1995 to 2005. See, they are given a grace period of 10 years. And during that 10 years, they are not ready to grant any patent to the Indian pharmaceutical companies. That is why those applications are called as mailbox applications or WTO applications. It's very, very sad. So in that case, what they have given EMR, exclusive marketing rights, where they can sell until the patent is granted, the products can be sold to the respective countries through the EMR, exclusive marketing rights. Hence, the GATT treaty and consequent compliance with TRIPS as the two joint effects on Indian IPR sector. First, this is the two impacts what India faced immediately after the GATT, that is product patent. First, India moved to product patent system, and the patent protection period was increased gradually from 7 years to 14 years, then a period of 20 years for the product patent. To fully comply with product patent system, India was given time till 2005, a grace period of 10 years. After 2005, India became fully compliant for the product patent as per the TRIPS agreement. Current patent laws, what can be done and what we cannot do? Because as per the Patent Act 1970, there are few changes because sudden changes, if any adversity comes with equal opportunities, so there is no option for Indian drug manufacturers. We have to adapt to product patent and we have to overcome. That was the critical scenario for the Indian pharma industries. That was the major setback to the Indian industries, but Indian pharma industries took it in the positive way and they have changed the entire scenario once again after few years. See, once again, and there is one more lobby from this WTO. They are giving the patent, secondary patent or evergreening of the patent. India clearly told in 1970, and they told WTO to modify in 2003, 2002, and 2005. Once again, different intellectual property rights which are patentable, especially it also clears that it should not, and which are not patentable in India. One more thing, see what they used to do, they used to, when the drug is patented in the developed countries, they are trying to go for secondary patent. When the patent is near expiry, they will do some modifications with slight improvement, and they want to go for secondary patent. They want to increase the patent. See, that is where this Hatch-Waxman Act comes into rule. That is A&E applications plus Patent Term Restoration Act. They want to extend the term of patent through some modification, that is secondary patent application. See, Indian patent system, process patent, and it is very devastating to the pharmaceutical industry, and the early reaction from shifting from process patent to the product patent was very panic to the Indian pharmaceutical industry. The expected outcome were rise of the price and subsequent destruction of pharmaceutical industry. So we had to cope up the situation and we had to come back. So, however, the Indian pharmaceutical sector coped up with the new regulatory regulations and changes, and they started establishing indigenous R&D sectors and started the growth once again, because patent protection was for a period of 20 years. That's how the Sun Pharma, Reddy Labs, Ranbaxy, Cipla, they have started getting up, investing a lot of funds in the R&D. That is how they are slowly adopting to the product patent. The effect of this monopoly was very severe in pharma sector, more in the case of life-saving drugs. So when the shift was there from process patent to product patent, like huge drugs were once again expensive. So to counteract this monopoly, there is one more act called as compulsory licensing. The counteract to this monopoly associated the damage of this 1970 Act. India has some specific provisions to balance this situation, and the patented products available to the end users at sufficient price at the time what they did, if the patentee or the innovator fails to give this drug to the Indian population at the affordable price, they can give the compulsory license. Although the first compulsory license was issued in the year 2012 to the NATCO, Hyderabad company, for a Naxavir, that is anti-cancer drug. So for that also, they have created a huge major opposition, but Indian government told, yes, the product is not affordable for the Indian population. We will give with a certain royalties, so about 7% royalty to the innovator, Bayer's company. Yeah. See, and one more thing, in 2002, the ground was amended. The states have applied patent invention as not work in territory, and they have amended once again in 1995. They have amended the Patent Act. In 2002, they told if the patent is not work in India, we will give the compulsory license. Once again in 2005, compulsory license covered both manufacture for domestic purpose for the Indian population and export of the pharmaceuticals to a country where they don't have the manufacturing capacity or have insufficient manufacturing capacity to address the health issues. Mainly, this is how CIPLA came out with a generic version of Judovidin, the antiretroviral drugs for AIDS. And CIPLA got the first compulsory license only for export purpose. See, way back in 1990s, 2001, CIPLA is the company who is supplying the antiretroviral drugs Judovidin to the entire South African population at 99% reduction in the cost. So the MNCs are once again struggling, but India has played a very vital role in amending this act. In 2005, they told, yes, compulsory license can be covered for both India as well as the countries who don't have the capacity to manufacture these drugs. And one more impact was lot of patents and no clinical translation. What happened due to product patent, although number of patents have been increased, but there are no clinical trials because India have we are mainly known for the generic production as well as the reverse engineering due to the process patent. But suddenly when the product patent, you need a lot of funds for clinical trials and the research and development. So that is why it is a lot of things that happen. But there is a new system called industry and academic collaboration. New steps in Indian scenario have started already. A lot of research work is going in the industry, along with various universities, with the type of industries. And India is also gearing up for all type of trials now. And one more, and another last two slides, hope I may be having less time now. Evergreening of patent. There is one more strategy, what they used to do, evergreening of patents. Just with slight modification, they want to renew the patents. All the MNC companies like Novartis filed a Glivec, it is a drug. They want to make it a secondary patent. They want to extend the patent term. So the Chennai court, they discouraged, no. If the drug, what they told, Indian contracts the evergreening measure, inclusion of 3D, which distinguishes discovery and innovation, clearly defines there is no evergreening of the products. Only what they give in the Indian, whatever there is there, if there is no efficacy or major change in the formulation, they will not give the secondary patent. They have rejected that case, and majority of the MNC companies failed in India, majority of the cases. So that is why I'll tell you one case study and I will close the things. Recently, I was with a Biocon. It is a big biosimilar case. see, it is between a Roche. It is about the Herceptin, trastuzumab, a breast cancer drug. It was listed as the national list of essential medicines. But the Roche, what they did, they have not renewed the patent. Patent they have to renew every year. They not renewed the patent 1 year in India. Then immediately Biocon has approached the drug. It is a drug developed between Biocon and Mylan. It is a trastuzumab drug for breast cancer. And Roche has filed a case against Mylan, Biocon, Indian Patent Office, and the DCGI, Drug Control General of India, claiming that even though you have claimed it as a, then see what happens actually, when the drug is listed in the National Essential List medicines, it has to go through compulsory licensing or something else. But since Biocon is and it is already developing this drug, it has gone to the authority, approached them, and got the license for this manufacturing and marketing this Herceptin, that is a trastuzumab. Biocon got for the Canmab for domestic market, and Mylan got the approval for export market, mainly in the Hertraz. So that is why Roche fought with almost all the Biocon, Mylan, Indian Patent Office, and Indian IPA. Since they have not renewed the patent in India, that is the major mistake what they did. And the case was won by the Biocon and Mylan, and now the Roche has removed all its innovator products from the Indian biosimilar market. Once again, there is a huge, massive changes in the Indian regulatory system. Now, Indian regulatory system is very, very stringent and strict. They have developed they have reframed the global in par with global regulatory regulations in terms of biologicals, biosimilar guidelines. They are modified in 2012 and a biosimilar guidelines in 2016. And there is a Medical Device Act. Earlier, medical device and cosmetics, we know only imported market in India. But now the Indian regulatory system has taken a great step. And now we have the medical device regulations, 2019. Then we have the cosmetic regulations. We can manufacture medical devices in India. We can manufacture cosmetics in Indian market and to domestic as well for the export. That is how Indian patent system and Indian pharma sector regulatory system has changed, drastic changes, and we are in par with all the developed countries. So regulations are worldwide accepted, and that is how we have proved once again in the case of COVID vaccine. Our Serum Institute, Bharat Biotech, they have proved that, and we are manufacturing 30 crore doses of Covishield and Covaxin per month, and huge capacity where we can support to the worldwide and in the low-income countries and the worldwide. That is how, once again, we have regained the title of pharma. In India, is called the pharmacy of the world. But once again, there was a shift in API sector also, and Indian government is working tremendously in this field also. And shortly, very soon, we'll become self-sufficient for our APIs also. Okay. Thank you for your patient listening.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, please stop the presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation, sir. Most pharmacy professionals feel IP to be a boring subject. However, I personally realize that IP is a fascinating subject, and we must ensure to know IP, and so that we know our rights and know how to protect them. You highlighted the pre-independence and post-independence developments that have favored pharmaceutical industry to a large extent, sir. The classic examples of basmati rice and turmeric are eye-opening. These examples suggest why we must protect our heritage and inventions from the very beginning, and do not wait till the end, when somebody tries to start patenting it and start coming on to us. Our pharmacy professionals work on many research areas, and we all need to understand that our important research projects must be protected with various IP tools such as patents, copyrights, and trademarks. So thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, sir. Now I welcome Garima Madam to share her thoughts for the young pharmacy professionals. Garima Madam comes with close to 19 years of experience in pharmaceutical domain. She is a registered patent agent and SIPP facilitator at Indian Patent Office. She has been trained as a woman scientist in IPR and related matters under WOS, Kiran IPR and CSIR IPU. She was working as IP executive at Indian Agriculture Research Institute, ICAR, New Delhi. Earlier, she has also worked as a scientific content manager at UBM Medica and as a product manager and trainer at Mankind Pharma. So welcome, ma'am, and I welcome you to share your thoughts. And post madam's presentation, we'll have a combined Q&A session with Dr. Sangmesh and madam. Thank you so much, madam, for coming in, and we'll continue with the presentation from your end.
Thank you so much for this kind words. Let me share my screen.
Yes,
and meanwhile, I'll really thank Dr. Sanmesh as well for giving his wonderful insight on the patenting system.
Yes, ma'am.
And the way it has impacted the IPR system also in the pharma domain. Is my slide visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible very much.
So just now with the discussion, I'll recollect from the discussion we had with Dr. Sanmesh that how the pharma industry was being impacted majorly by the IPR and how pharma industry has evolved the patenting system in India. So it is true that the IPR in India is the majorly affected industry and is the pharma sector, and this is a mutual between the IPR domain and the pharma domain, that both are mutually affecting each other and beneficial for each other, because we have seen with our last discussion how word over the patenting system was important in providing the affordable medicines to the world, and how India has evolved itself and now standing as a pharmacy of the world. In my discussion, I'll be discussing in brief an overview how the IPR system is there to encourage the innovation and creativity. So in my discussion, I'll be covering the stand of India in Global Innovation Index, discussing about innovation, creativity, and the various IPR system available in India, various type of IPR, and what benefits and how they are beneficial to the innovators. And in the end, if time permits, I'll share with you few initiatives Indian government is taking up to promote IPR in India. Yes, we have established ourselves as pharmacy of world, and India is innovating. And today, I'm happy to say that India is ranking 46th among the 132 economies, despite of all the challenges that have been in the last decade. India is standing strong, and among the 10 economies of Central and Southern Asia, it is ranking first. And it is not a less achievement for India, because India is a developing country. And for though it is a developing country, it is nonetheless, there are many innovators are there. And now India has started realizing the potential of protecting innovations in the form of IPR or the patents. For the first time in last 11 years, that India is witnessing that more of the domestic applicants are there for patent filing. Otherwise, there were more of the international applicants that used to file patent applications in India. Not only India has jumped over this GII ranking, it is also now filing more patent application. Almost 50% increase in patent filing is seen in 2021. And not only that, our patent office is also improving and speeding up the process of granting the patent, and there is much increase in grant of patents in last year. So it is almost 5-time increase in patented granting of the patent is seen, and this is as compared to 11 years back, it is a significant improvement, and we should cherish that. But yes, there's a way ahead to go. This is a significant improvement, but still we are just a fraction of what is happening globally. In our last discussion, we have seen how China has taken over India's API sector. And if we talk of IPR system in China, they are granting more than 5 lakh patents every year. And we are just counting in thousands. So we can see how we are lacking behind on the global scenario, and we need to push up ourselves, because India has lot of potential. There are many innovators are there, but yes, still there is dire need to realize that innovative potential, the creativity that we have, because we know it is a changing world. The technology is changing at very fast speed, and to work along in this fast pace, to walk along with the world, we need to innovate. We need to have a innovative temperament. We need to have a creative skills, and then we need to protect our innovations. Nowadays, be creative, be innovative, these are all buzzwords. Yes, these are important. These are buzzwords because these are important, and these are the driving factor. Those are driving factor for the growth and development of every country, because being innovative is the thing that bring about new technologies, new products, new services for the society, for the betterment of the humankind. What is creativity? Creativity is just the imagination or thinking out of box, or thinking what seems impossible. So when we implement this creativity and come out with some new product or process, that leads to innovation. And protecting that innovation in various forms gives intellectual property rights. This is how these terms are interrelated, and we should realize that innovation can be at any place. It is not limited to any particular sector. It is in each and every aspect of our daily life. The question arises how to realize that intellectual property, where it is. It is, as I said, it is all around us, in every product, in every service, in whatever subject domain we are working into. It is just the mere fact that we should realize that yes, innovation is there. What new aspect, what new things we can do with the existing technology, new products come out of those only. Just to discuss with it and come out, I like to come out of this pharma domain to give you a thought beyond tablets, medicine, drug, just catching a daily use thing that we daily share in our life with this cup of tea. I'll just like you all to just relate if you can find any innovation that can be protected as IPR. There's lot of IPR in this cup of tea. And it would be very anybody want to say something?
Yes, participants, you may please type in the chat box, or if you want to unmute yourself, please raise your virtual hand on Zoom. We'll unmute you. So Pooja says Darjeeling tea.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay, anybody else wants to say something? Please use the chat box or raise your virtual hand.
I'm telling you, whatever is coming in your mind, seeing this cup of tea is a part of IPR. As Darjeeling tea, it is an IPR, a GI, as just now Dr. Sanmesh had discussed. I like others to come up with some more innovations, because
we have so many participants. We'll just wait if somebody is interested to put in their thoughts. What do you think is IPR in the image which is shown in the screen right now? Please put in the chat box. If you want to talk, you can just raise your virtual hand and we'll unmute you.
Just give a look at this picture. You can see so many things are there, just not the tea. So many things are there. And this is what is the role of a researcher is. And most of you over here are innovators, researchers, and there is a bit of creativity in everyone. So just give open up your innovative minds and just see what all things you can see over here and share with us.
You have kettle, you have cup, you have saucer, you have spoon, you have table, you have shape of that, various shapes, colors. All of that comes into IPR.
Yes, yes. So Manoj, anybody sharing their thoughts?
No, ma'am. Only Pooja has shared. I'm seeing if anybody else has thought. No, nothing. So far, no.
Okay. As just now Manoj has said, there is a kettle, or we can also say teapot. We can also give more names to it. So these names are also not this English dictionary words. If we give them some coined words, they can be IPR. The shape of this kettle, the design of this kettle, that can also be covered under IPR. The shape and design of this cup, saucer plate, spoon, the table, these are also part of IPR. And moving ahead, the process of making this tea, the recipe of making this tea. There are various type of tea, more than can't collect, more than hundreds of tea are available in India itself, and they are being marketed. Today we can see a lot many tea outlets and so many companies coming up like Chayos and so on. So they are all protecting and commercializing their IPRs relating to tea. Then various filtering system can be there and so on. Let us see. Slide is not moving. Yeah. So in single cup of tea, you can see so much of IPR is there. As we just discussed, the geographical indication, the Darjeeling tea, it is a GI tag that we have obtained for tea. Then various trademarks. Wah, Taj, it is a well-known trademark. Taj Mahal Chai, Lipton tea, all these brands, these are the trademarks that give identity and recognition to the brand. These are IPR. Then the various tea products, cups, packaging material, various beautiful packaging available in the market, those all are protected as industrial design. The recipe to be protected as trade secrets. Then coming to the patents, all the technical advancement related invention relating to the tea, like tea process, the kettle having various filtering system or many other improvement are protected as patent. Then this tea bag, when it was introduced in the market, it was an invention. It is also a patentable product. And there are many literary works available in the market, many books and so on. They all are to be protected as copyright. So we can see just not this cup of tea or that we use on daily basis. All the products around us can be evaluated, analyzed, and can be protected. The various innovative features related to those products or services can be protected under these different IP tools. If we talk of pharma domain, we know the shape of the tablet, the delivery system. It is like pharma domain is a hub of innovation, and it is not a very small sector that we talk of. The sachet, the packaging, various type of packaging, various manuals, guidelines, various brand names, all are the IPR. It is not just the patent that is required over there. We need to see all the IPR, means where is the trademark, where is the design, whether the innovation is in the outlook or whether innovation is in the technical aspect. this need to be analyzed and that need to be protected. Let me summarize these various forms of IPR that I have just discussed with relation to the cup of tea. The patents, that is protecting all the inventions, and inventions means technologies, the technical aspect of any innovation. The copyright relating to the art form or the literary work. The protection is provided to the music, to the films, plays, photos, or any book or algorithm, software algorithm. All these are to be protected as copyright. Then the get-up of any product, the outlook of any product, how it looks, because that is the first perception when we come to the market, the customer interact with. That is protected as industrial design. Trademarks, giving the identity or recognition to any brand or the product or the services. So those need to be protected as trademark. Then any confidential information, be it the marketing strategy, be it the know-how of any business, be it the know-how of any patent, any manufacturing process, they are to be kept secret, and they are termed as trade secret. Well-known trade secret is of Ruh Afza. Today, even today, nobody knows the exact formulation, what is there in Ruh Afza. And that beverage is unbeatable, even after years of being marketed and consumed by the society. Then farmers also get few rights that are covered under the protection of plant variety and farmer rights. Then the geographical indication, which covers this tag is given to the products which acquire the quality and distinctiveness due to the factor that the geography or the place of origin is responsible for those factors. Let us discuss about patents a bit more of it. As I told, patents relate to the inventions. All the inventions, if we seek IPR protection, they will be protected as patents. And what is an invention? An invention come into picture whenever we provide a solution to any problem, and that solution has to be new. So the new solution to any technical problem that the society or humankind or anybody globally is facing all around, be it the pollution, be it wastewater treatment, be it treatment to any disease, be it some entertainment, that is also a solution to the boring situation that we people face. So an invention is a new solution to the technical problem and to be patentable. If we want to patent our invention, it has to be related to a subject matter that is patentable as per Indian patent law. If we are talking of Indian patenting system. If we recollect from Dr. Sanmesh discussion, he has told that not everything is patentable. Our patent system is designed in a manner that it could be benefited. The invention could be provided to the society in best possible ways, and be it any medicine. So there are certain provisions in our patent system, patent law, that we need to follow while we want to go for patenting our invention. If our invention relates to a patentable subject matter, then we must ensure that yes, it is an invention and not a mere discovery. And what this means, I'll give you a very simple example, that if you are isolating a new strain of any microorganism and reporting it, it will not be patentable subject matter. It's just a mere discovery, though nobody was knowing about it, but yes, it was existing somewhere in the nature, and it has been just discovered. But if somebody is creating a new genetically modified microorganism that is doing something helpful for the society, doing something that is bringing solution to any technical problem, then that particular genetically modified microorganism can be patentable. For being patentable, apart from this, every invention has to be novel, means it has to be different from what was existing, and it should not be obvious. Obvious things are not patentable, and obviousness is judged by the person who are working in the same subject domain. To understand this particular aspect of inventive step or non-obviousness, particularly related to drugs, I will say drugs are judged merely in terms of efficacy. If the invention relates to any medicine, then the person or the inventor need to prove that this particular drug is better in terms of efficacy. It is producing better results in treating the whatever the particular disease it is related to. So drugs are analyzed on the terms of efficacy. And similarly, different invention have different parameters, but it is just judged by a person skilled in the same art, and it should not be obvious. Lastly, every invention to be patentable must have industrial application, means it should be useful for the society. There are many other provisions given in our patenting system that clearly defines that what is not patentable, that I am not discussing right now. Otherwise, it will take a long discussion and much time. I'll just discuss next that what is a patent, what patent rights are giving to us. A patent is a monopoly right. Monopoly right means that a patent owner can enjoy the rights on that invention solely. Nobody else can enjoy those rights. And these rights are granted by the government. Government give the rights to the patent owner in lieu of sufficient disclosure of their invention. The inventor need to disclose in detail about their invention, then these rights are granted to the inventor or his assignee for that particular invention and for a limited period of time, and that time period is for 20 years. And patent rights are territorial rights, so they are valid only in the country of grant. These are the basic things that we need to know about the patents, that patents are protecting our right to use our invention and preventing others from using our invention for any purpose like manufacture or sell or using it or importing it. Nobody else can use your invention without your permission in case you own the patent right. Then you can use your patent for trading, for licensing, for commercializing, and can enjoy royalties over that, but only for a period of 20 years. And after that, the details of the invention will go to the public domain. Let us re-summarize, have a re-look at how these patents are supporting the inventors. As I told, patent protection prevent or protect the invention. They prevent from the theft, they prevent from the misuse of the technology, and also they give the right to the patent owner to use their invention. Why this is important? Because if you are not obtaining patent on your invention, somebody else will. And if anybody else has taken the patent protection on the technology that you have been working on for years, then you yourself cannot use your invention. You yourself are limited to use your invention and just a mere spectator in that case. Patents can generate income they are basically the incentives for the inventors. An inventor can realize, yes, my efforts are not going into vain. I can earn a livelihood for my family, for myself, and can rework for more invention, for develop more innovations, and this way they feel motivated. As just discussed, patenting system permits the public disclosure of the invention. When any invention, or particularly the patented invention, is coming to public domain, first of all, the public is enabled to use a technology that was not available till then. It is providing something new to the society. And secondly, it is also providing the opportunities for business development, for more employment, because new industries will be there, new kind of products will be there. So society needs new people to work on that society, and this way the economic growth of the country take place. Patenting system further promotes the tech advancement, because once the technology is in knowledge of public, not only the inventor is earning money, but via the commercially successful patented products, the country is also benefited, and the money earned can be reutilized for further research and development. This is how the R&D industry is working, coming up with more and more innovations, getting them patent protected, licensing them, cross-licensing them, trading them, and then enjoying the revenue generated. In the form of patents, inventions are being commercialized, and they are like they have taken a shape of a tradable asset. They can be they are very important during the venture or the acquisition, joint ventures and acquisition for any business. These patents, if we say it is a patented product, the label in itself says a lot. It defines that yes, this technology is inventive, it is new, and it gives quality assurance to the investor or the consumer that yes, what is in front of them holds some value. So in this way, the patent system increase the market value of the products where this technology is applied. It also helps to attract the investors, and also helps to trigger more innovation, because the patent system, the database, the collection of the patent is a very systematic arrangement of the information. From patent database or patent information, it is very easy to collect and gather the information, which technology is boosting, who, where particular technologies inventors are working on, which country is focusing on what R&D is going on. So this way it helps business person also to plan out their business strategy, policy persons also to plan out their policy, that which way the further what policy they should do. Like in India also, regular implementation of the national IP policy is there, and now the government is focusing a lot on IP awareness, lot on getting more and more patents filed, because there has been almost every year we are witnessing some changes in the policy, because the world is changing now, and it is important to realize that how this innovation and the stand of our country is changing. And not only this patent system, apart from providing these benefits, they are also limiting the competitors. Nobody else can have a free ride on your invention. A patent can simply stop others to enjoy, just copy kiya, copy paste kiya and use kiya. वो वाला system नहीं चलता. That is the thing. You can simply say, no, it is my patent. I have the rights over it, and you cannot use this technology. Now we will discuss about the trademarks. These are also very, very important IPR in any sector. And yes, for pharma, for a single drug, for a single brand, companies get a trademark for not less than 20 or 30 brands. Then they choose one out of those, because not only that they wish to have a good brand name for themselves, they also wish to prevent others from using a very catchy name or good slogan for their marketing purposes. What is a trademark? A trademark is a word or a name or a symbol. It can be a combination of these that help the consumer to identify the goods or the services. Those are offered by the individual or the firm or the society or any company. Trademark can be a logo, that is a device also. We say it a device mark, or any word called as word mark, or any label. There are few non-traditional trademarks also, just like sound or smell or color or the combination of the colors. These trademarks are registered for a period of 10 years initially, but they can be renewed perpetually and they last very long, till the time the person wants them to be. These Cadbury, Coca-Cola, these are well-known trademarks and still they have a position in the market. How these trademarks are benefiting? Let us see. Benefits of trademark registration. Trademarks, not only the trademarks, but the other IPR also, they give exclusive rights to the owner of the IPR to use that particular IPR. Here in terms of trademark, only the registration provides exclusive rights, so that the brand name or the trademark cannot be used by the third parties for their marketing purposes, and they cannot come up with the counterfeited products and identical or confusingly similar trademarks cannot be launched in the market, because they will hamper the image of the company. It is easy to enforce registered trademark rather than the simply brand name. Earlier, people used to just come up with a brand name and start marketing their brands, but now it is not that easy. They can do that, but they will be easily hampering their marketing strategies, as well as it is easy for others to capture their market. Today is the word of e-commerce. All the things are almost available on the digital platform. So there also it is very important to have a registered trademark, because all the digital platform, be it like Flipkart, Amazon, well-known one, they all wants to have a registered trademark. Then only you will be able to mention or sell your products over these platforms. And as I have told, trademark is one of the most enduring business asset, as it can be renewed and used as long as the person wants. Just like other IPRs, trademarks can also be sold and licensed, and they are a source of income to the right owners. And the more the IPRs, more the trademarks, more the value of any business, because these are also giving an image to the financial institutes to check how many registered trademarks are there with this company. So they are attracted to invest, and they are assured that yes, this is not a this is a serious business company, and they are good in having good reputation in the market. They are serious in their business and they are good to be invested. Next, discussing about industrial design. As after being into IPR domain, I realized that very few people realize the importance of getting their design registration. This is very like as compared to patent, it is easy to acquire, but most people don't know and don't realize the importance of industrial design, so they ignore it. But I'd like to just give a few mention about this particular IPR. What whenever there is any product in the market, the first interaction is with the eyes, what we see, and the look, the shape, the design, the pattern, or the color, the artistic work over it. All this is the first interaction of consumer with the products. And this is registered and protected as industrial design. Only this registration is provided to only the eye-catching feature. That is only the aesthetic appeal of the product and not at all deals with the functional or use of that product. So it is easy to get the grant of a design as compared to the patents, because in the patenting system there is lot of things that we need to ensure before getting a patent right. But in case of industrial design, only thing is the innovation or the novelty or the newness that should be there in the design, the look of the product, how it is different, how the look is different from the existing one. Only this thing need to be proved for getting the grant of design registration. The design should be new or original and should not have been used or published by any other country. Then we get the design registration, and it is initially for a period of 10 years and can be extended for 5 more years. So for 15 years, anybody can enjoy the design rights over their product. But the design can be registrable if it is applied or applicable to any product or any industrial process. And those things which are registered as trademark or copyright, they are or they cannot be registered as design. Reinforcing the importance of design, the design attracts the consumer to the product and helps them to choose the product over other available in the market. And design rights are relevant to almost all the business. It is not limited to only the pharma business or to only those luxury items. It is related to household items also, to cars, means transport systems, to communication equipments, to lighting apparatus, to furniture, and like for example, few days back I was just viewing in a newspaper advertisement of the spectacles. It was of Titan, and there was very small words written over there. It is design patent protected. So it was costing very high, and the design was there only in the stick of the spectacle. There was a small curve in there. So that particular design innovation was protected, and how it is commercialized for marketing purpose also, how these tags are utilized, we can see. All the packagings, containers, bottles, caps, all these need to be protected as industrial design. Then the copyright, as the word itself says, the right not to copy. Copyright is the right that automatically generates, but to enforce those rights, it is advisable to get registered, whatever the literary work, art forms, and especially those works which have potential of commercialization. One should get those registered. And copyright is, the tenure of the copyright is for the lifetime of the author and plus 60 years from the death of the author. Few things are not copyrightable, just which lacks the originality. So only requirement for copyright protection is the innovation should be original. And what lacks originality, just like telephone directly or the news clips or the facts or whatever is available in our dictionary. All these things are not copyright protectable. Then trade secrets. Trade secret refers to any data information which is required to be kept confidential. It may relates to any business, it may relates to the R&D process, it may relate to just anything that is required to be kept confidential. But only the owner of this trade secret need to take all the steps to keep that information confidential. In India particularly, there is no law to provide trade secret. It is covered under the common law only. And apart from taking major step in keeping your information confidential, it is also important with whomsoever you are sharing your information, just get an agreement, non-disclosure agreement signed, have all those agreements in place, and share the information with very limited person, and only to those who are very, very near to you and you can trust. Various things like invention, R&D information, algorithm, designs, formulas, any records, methods, profiles, these are all protected as trade secret, and lifelong they can be protected. Just as we have already discussed, the market value is affected by IP because IP provides the exclusive rights to any innovation, and they also provide a means to license or sell that or innovation. They also offer the scope of cross licensing. This way, they enhance the value of the company or the product or the services they provide, and the financial institutes are attracted to them. And in the event of sale or merger or acquisition, these IP assets are ready reckoner to for a valuable bargaining tools. Now let me just briefly discuss with you what Government of India is doing to promote patent filing system in India. Of late, Government of India has reduced filing fees. Earlier it was much more, but for for government institutes, for educational institute, for natural person, they have reduced it almost by 80%. Then there are provisions for MSMEs to get the reimbursement for IPR filings, and there is also provision for a few of the entities who can put their patent application on the fast track examination, and they can expedite the examination process and can get a patent in very short duration. And this has been very effective in enhancing the number of patent filings in India. Among the fast track system, I'm so sorry. I just got disturbed by the chats that you people are sharing. I started reading those. So among the applicants who can apply for fast track examination, they can be startups, and it would be good if they get a recognition from DPIIT. So a recognized startup, then they can be small entities. They should get the Udyam registration to prove that. Then if in case of a joint application, if any one of the natural applicant is female, if the natural person as an applicant is female, in case of joint application, even if there are 100 applicants in joint application and one natural person is female, they can opt for fast track examination. Then any applicant where Department of Government is in itself the applicant, or any institute established by central, provisional or state government, or any other government company, or other institutions which are substantially financed by the government, they can opt for fast track examination. And in the fast track examination, there are cases where the patent has been granted within 9 to 10 months case. This way, realizing the innovation, getting them on fast speed, getting the patent protection, and then commercializing them. It has been occurring within an year, the product is into the market. If the company or the startup or the innovators are really working fast on that. Apart from this, I'd like to discuss how the DPIIT, earlier it was DIPP, recognized startups are, the slide is not moving, are benefited. They are benefited, first of all, by reduced statutory fees, that is the patent filing fees. They have to pay much less than others. Then they can opt for the expedited examination, as already discussed. Then there is a list of, there is a panel of SIPP facilitators. They are helping, they are there to help them for all the patenting process, for drafting, for any advice over that, or patent filing without any charges. This this panel of SIPP facilitators is provided by government to the startups, and they are not charging any professional fees from them. Startup need to pay only the patent filing fees, that is the statutory fees, and can enjoy fast track examination and can have the patent grant in much less time, and then can commercialize their product and enjoy their benefits. Lastly, I will just say, avoid wasting time. You all are innovators. Just work on your innovations and utilize your resources, but don't fall in love with your innovation. What does I mean by that? I just mean, as most of the innovators say, your innovation is the best. Nobody has even looked at it. Nobody has even thought of it. Yes, it is important to have confidence in your innovation, but have a practical checkup. Just check the data. Just check, yes, it is new or not. And this search, patent search, if it is an invention, trademark search, if it is a brand name or trademark you want to go, or design search, just check whether on actual term your innovation is new, innovative or not, or there is always an scope. Just modify your innovation accordingly if you find anything similar in the market, and then you can get it protected under various head of IPR. Because if you will not do this check, there will be similar product or similar idea in the market, or somebody else has already taken steps to protect that, and you yourself will be just spending time and your money over your innovation, and after some time you will see you yourself cannot enjoy the rights over it because others have protected it. So it is very important to realize your innovation and to get it protected on time after proper search. And on this World Intellectual Property Day, I'll just say, let us find out where our innovation is. Let us protect our innovations in the best possible ways and make the best use of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You may please stop sharing the presentation. So participants, just in case you have any questions, please make a note of them. And then you may raise the virtual hand on Zoom, and then we'll start asking start giving you the unmuting right so that you can ask the questions. Please raise your virtual hand on Zoom. In case you do not want to ask the questions live, you may just put in the chat box. I'll read the question for you. So thank you so much, Garima ma'am, for sharing those wonderful, relatable examples of innovation, creativity, and IPR. The most common example being tea. We can, think about so many related IP aspects to that. For pharmacy professionals, there could be hundreds of such systems: patents, copyright, design rights, trademarks, trade secrets, specifically protection of plant varieties. We saw the example of turmeric, which Sangmeshwar told, and geographical indication. Again, turmeric was turmeric and basmati rice were great examples of that. Are different IPRs which we as researchers and pharmacy professionals must be aware of. So thank you so much for concising all of that points in such a short presentation. IP itself is a huge topic, and 1 or 2 hours is not sufficient for covering all the aspects. I'm sure both of you agree for that. So thank you so much, both of you, for that wonderful presentation. So participants, in case you have some questions, please type in the chat box. Just in case you slept off for some time, please be awake and then start asking the questions, so that let's make this presentation be interactive. And in case you have some specific questions which you thought of asking with respect to IP for pharmacy professionals, don't worry, just ask. Okay. So until you guys start gearing up for asking the questions, I'll have two questions from one for Dr. Puranik sir and one for Garima ma'am. Garima ma'am, you highlighted about the creativity. Lot of pharmacy professionals have started their entrepreneurial journey. We had one of its kind entrepreneurship enclave yesterday at JSS Pharmacy College, which was very much similar to Shark Tank India. Many new innovative pharmacy professionals, they pitch their ideas in front of the pharmacy, the CEOs of some companies, and some of them, they got the awards and rewards also. They got investment in their companies. So what kind of ideas for pharmacy professionals with respect to creativity you suggest, that these guys, when they're in the college itself, they should start thinking and start their innovations or start their entrepreneurial journey, so that they can get into the IPR, patent them, or protect them, and by the time they complete their pharmacy course or graduation, they should be able to get into a full entrepreneurial journey. So any thoughts for short thought for sharing for these pharmacy professionals?
As I already said, that creativity is doing something that is not possible, that seems impossible. So giving words to a creative scenario that you can create this or that is in itself killing the creativity. Think out of the box. What has not been done in today's scenario? If I see, if we have been into medical marketing, so coming up with new types of brochures, different shapes, different content, the way it is presented, that is one form of creativity. Somewhere it is a booklet, somewhere it is a single pager, 2-pager, 3-pager, or whatever, folded, unfolded, danglers. These are various forms of creativity in the form of like marketing inputs. Then various names, trade names. We can come up, we can coin new words. You have played various music. Those are also innovations that relates to the pharmacy person, and they should protect them as their copyright. If they have already like recorded that is already an automatic copyright over there. But yes, the thing is, we people are in haste to share our creativity. We just want to share our creativity before we get it protected. So to have IPR protection, it is important not to share after you have protected. So creativity is already always there. Drug delivery system, various new type of drug delivery system should be discovered, should be invented. We just know tablet, capsule, gel like oil-based capsule, or what next can be there. We are coming up with various robots for drug delivery also. So that is another area. We can just correlate various domains and think how it relates to pharmacy. It is just not the medicine or the drugs that is in the pharmacy. There are a lot more. How AI is, because AI is now into every area, how it is interfering. Now, if we say for IP protection, what are the various devices that we are using? What is the design that is there? That is also important. That also involves creativity. How best design can be, we can come up with the best design. It can be best utilized for the human. How it can be enhanced. The utility of that particular device can be. Medical instruments are there. So there are not many things if we think of. The pharmacy word is in itself very wide, and each and every thing that you study in your pharmacy, it involves innovation and creativity. So just
Absolutely, ma'am.
a new thought over there.
Absolutely, ma'am. There are a lot of pharmacy professionals who are active on YouTube, TikTok, and all these platforms, and they're showcasing their creativity. Even those can be copyrighted, right?
Right, right.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Dr. Sangmesh, a question for you. Now, there are a lot of pharmaceutical companies which are started by these pharmacy graduates and people from pharmacy background. They have launched a lot of brands which are like the copycats of the international brands. So, what kind of copyright or trademarking can be done for those brands so that the rights can be protected?
Yeah. See, if you want to launch anything in, trademark is not like patent. It is not territory based. It is worldwide. We can claim anywhere. So in our brand name, you have to take the trademark first. Brand name, a trademark or service mark. Then only we can claim it is ours. And we can, if anything goes wrong, we can file a case against the people who are misusing our brands. So it is, we have to protect it before going to market. We have to protect our trade names, brand names, as well as the service marks. Because, see, the trademark office will not give if it is already given to some others. They'll check all these things. Even if you apply a lot of opposition. Recently, I faced a lot of oppositions for my Saskia labs. Saskia labs, Cisca labs, they have given huge 120 pages opposition for me. So, see, actually, Cisca Labs is in the electric, but see, everybody knows
LEDs and all.
LEDs. But when I filed a case for trademark for my own company in the category of nutraceuticals, pharmaceuticals, cosmetics, spices, foods, mainly in category 3, class 5, class 30. But for the class 5, I got opposition. But the same company, it is registered for almost all the classes, almost 44 classes. They are in healthcare, they are into electric, everything they have taken in the year 2013. But the same company has not opposed me for giving a trade name declaration for class 3. I got Sasuke without any problem. But for class 5, I have all the products and it is in the market. But they have filed a case twice. But I have won both the cases. Now I have given the clear-cut indication. It is a family name. Hope I took your support also for drafting all those things. We have struggled a lot since we have the website, all those things. And it is a Saskia, is a Sangamesh, and my son and daughter's name, Krish and Kushi.
Wow.
See, anything, any trademark or brand name, if you want to create something relative to your family, it will be easy to defend. Otherwise, it is very, very difficult and you may lose after your products are in the market. That is why one more case, Masang. Masang is a blend of my Mamta, my Mrs. name, and Sang is a Sangamesh. So something, keep the brand names or trade names which is relevant to your family name or anything which you should have the documentation will be there. It is very, very easy to defend in the court of law or in the patent office. Lot of opposition. Masang also I filed Masa. Then from Vietnam company and 2-3 companies, foreign companies, I have filed the case and I won. And for Masang, I got trademark for all pharmaceuticals, class 3, class 5, class 3, everything. But even Saskia also still it is in the process. So one thing, first you take the brand names or trade names of your products, then only you can protect it. If you have the clear-cut information or you keep all the documents, it may be your website or your product name, YouTube, these social media will help you a lot to win all such small cases will be there. But if you want to register and claim as it is, no, definitely there are a lot of opposition. Now, world is very, very, it is a global village now. Anybody, if you do something, you'll be known to the entire world. So you should be very, very careful to use any type of brand name, trademarks before releasing to the market. Protect yourself. That is the safest way what we can do it.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much for sharing that thought.
I will interfere, just to reinforce what Dr. Sanmesh just said. Not only for trademarks, documentation is very, very important for all maintaining all the IPRs. Keep all the records, let it be the lab record, let it be the coining of trade name. to keep records and documents in place is very important to defend your case.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. So one of the secrets that Dr. Sangmesh told is to coin the names in such a way that it can be easily relatable to your family names or something like that, where you can prove it easily, right? Rather than going for some fancy names and taking something from internet. Don't go for such names, right? That is what Sangmesh had told. So thank you so much for that, sir. And what is your suggestion for this digital era? Now, one by one, both of you can tell this. Digital, in this digital era, the protection of certain things is not possible. Everything is, so public. Today, something we see on, our computer, we are creating something. Tomorrow, somewhere it is seen WhatsApp, and somebody starts sharing on Telegram and all these places. So how to take care of such, transmissions and protect them in this today's generations?
See, now it is a digital era. We have to go with it. If you want to be in the competitive world, we should go with the digital era. See, before going to digital media, whatever the protection you can do it. Otherwise, we have to face the challenge and we have to overcome it. A lot of things are there only through copyright or our designs or our trademark. Something we have to do it as at the earliest. Don't think first I will keep it live. Then if it is working, I will take the trademark. Then 100 people would have applied. So don't do that. Mr. Few people will leave the products in the market. First, let me try. Then if it is success, then we'll take the brand name. That is the mistake what we are doing. First, whatever it works or not, at least you will be having the brand name, trademark within your name. You can sell it to others. See, you should have trade name in your company name or individual also. Individual will be very, very cheap and very with nominal fees. You can have brand name. If you have multiple brand names in your name, n number of people are there to take your brand names. Protect it as early as possible. Because no, even your product is not using it. If somebody lost the case and you want to fix the brand name, something immediately, whichever is registered with anyone, he can take it and use it. So that is why we have to protect initially. Whether it is used today or in next 10 years, we should have a vision for the next 10 years. Then only we can do you can challenge the digital era. Otherwise, lot of youngsters, they're doing wonders in YouTube, all no. Now we have to go with the youngsters. To do a traditional marketing era is gone. Now we have to go with the hybrid model, where it is only the online. See the example of Flipkart, how they have grown tremendously. They have overcome the total income of our Infosys, which are built by great engineers for over 10, 15, 20 years. But within 2-3 years, these two guys from Bansal guys, they have done the wonders, and it is sold to our one more Walmart. So it is like now Geo also has done the wonderful things. First, they have given all the free things to the entire world, and now it has tied up with the Facebook. So we should know what to use and when to use, and protect your information as early as possible. So when you become famous, you want to protect, there is nothing left. So before going to any public domain, we have to protect as much as possible. See, a lot of cases, a lot of things will be there. We have to be open for any type of opposition, because for that second it said, be you what say or high, law is above you. We have to obey the law. If you are in fault, you have to accept and take back the application. If you are right, you have any information or any documentation to fight, you can fight and win the case always. That is that. First, we have to protect our assets now. IPR is the biggest asset. As compared to our physical assets, IPR is booming like anything now. We have to protect as much as possible. Thank you.
The only thing is we are not aware of this, and we should be now, thanks to these sessions. And last 1 week, we have been listening a lot about IPR. So I'm sure, our pharmacy professionals would be so aware now to protect their rights and don't go public unless the, things are copyrighted or trademarked or, patented, or at least, some kind of trade secret is established. Garima ma'am, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, just to say the same thing, first protect, then share, and keep a record of everything. Because if you are defending, the thing is who has used it first, who has worked on it first. In case of invention, even your daily lab records are very important. So keep everything in record. And in case you are means you are in hurry to use your product, at least file an application for registration, whether it is for trademark, whether it is for patent or any other form of IPR. Because for enforcing, you need to have a registered IPR, and for that registration, you have to first put an application, and after putting an application in the respective office, you will get a application number, and that can work very well. Who has obtained earlier application number? That filing date is very important, that priority date is very important. So take that on record and enjoy your innovations.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. So another thing, that most of the, especially for researchers and, pharmacy students on life sciences graduates also, when they're doing a lot of research in the labs, they do not publish their articles. There is so much of confusion that if they publish, people will be aware of that, what they have done and how they have done and everything. They do not file a patent there. They do not do some copywriting there. So any suggestions for such researchers, both of you, one by one?
See, we also see one more thing I want to add. We learned IPR at the later stage. I want everyone, all the youngsters, to learn IPR at the high school level. Even through our association, I'm a president of Association of Regulatory Professionals Delhi. We have written to the Modi government and the education ministers, introduce this IPR to the Indian education system at the high school level. That's very, very important. Whatever we think new, it has to be written somewhere, documented and protected. But we learned IPR at the time of MPharm and PhD level. We have lost so many things, but never think that difficulties are the great teachers. We have learned very hard lessons. Now, whatever we think, first we'll protect, then only we'll talk. So we have learned from the hard lessons, but the youngsters, what you are there, you have a lot of options with you, and all the information, it is information era. Almost all the information is available in the YouTube, whatever information you want, just it is in your fingertips. So you are very lucky. Your era is very, very lucky to have all such information. And if you think, and many young YouTubers are there in almost all the areas. So whatever you want to do, protect first, mainly for the researchers, I'm telling, if you find a new novel idea, first apply for the provisional specification. You have enough time for 1 year. When you want to give the complete specification, at that time you can give the complete claims, whatever is required, all the things. First, if you feel, and for the researchers, and the Modi government has given a lot of incentives and the benefits, and the fees is also reduced, mainly for the startups, researchers, education institutes, and you have to take this advantage. First, you register it with the patent office, provisional specification. If the data supports the complete specification, then you can protect it. Otherwise, it is an era of publication. During our time, we used to publish whatever we do, we used to publish. Then we think, hey, this is good, we would have done something else. Now, one more thing I'll also tell you. Only after taking patent, it is a burden to the researchers or the institutions or the individuals also. They have to go to the next step. Clinical trials or merge with it should be commercialized. Merge with the small startup companies or the pharma companies. Minimum studies to be done and it should be commercialized. Or you can sell our patent or technology transfer, something. And you have to go one step ahead and do the technology transfer to the needy people or go for the trials with small companies who are willing to take up your research. Then you have to take up. Because patent is not easy, and the renewal. Every year you have to do the renewal. Big companies lost the big cases because of the renewal. One small mistake, you are gone. Every year you have to renew it. That's very, not like the trademark is given for 10 years, but patent is every year. So a lot of challenges will be there. So if you have good idea, protect it initially, then discuss with others. And now youngsters are very clever, they're doing it. And lot of applications we are finding in the Indian application. Now, the Indian patent application, due to fast track approval, we have many number of applications, startups, young researchers in the academic research institutions. They're doing wonders. And thanks to our IPR office, they are giving it the fast track approval. In COVID and all those things, they have done a wonderful job. Within the period of 3 to 6 months, they're giving the patent approval. It's very wonderful, where it is encouraging now to the youngsters. We have to approach the patent office and SIPP, Startup India, lot of schemes. Free patent approval they will give you, except, and they are giving 80% tax benefit to the startups and the researchers. We have to take this opportunity and use. It is a wonderful blessings now to the younger generations. Everything is in the fast track. Even the government is acting very fast. Your IPR department, they are doing the wonders. So first we have to protect and take it to the next level. Commercialization, that is very important. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'll just add on that we should stop thinking it as an expenditure, as an expense. Investing in IPR is a real investment. It will definitely we will get a good return of that investment. Any startup will be analyzed only on the basis of the IPR asset it is holding. All the researchers, they are incentivized by what patents they are holding, what first go for patent, then go for publication of the paper. That is also very important. And as sir just told, if the research work is not fully cooked, invention is not fully ready, go for a provisional publication. You'll get 12 months time. Then you have ample time to work on your technology and come up with the invention and get the complete protection of it. Getting a priority date is important. Keep that in mind and go for IPR protection so that maximum can be taken up from the R&D.
Absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. So there is another one question from Ranit Bandyopadhyay. He says, supposing that we are doing a project in a group, one person from the group, he leaks all the information to the opponent group or opponent person. How can other group members protect that project? This is a very common, I must say, this is a very common question from all the research group people.
Yes, for this, I'll just suggest first, whenever any such project is started, go for a non-disclosure agreement with all the group members. And as soon as the technology has taken some shape, go for a patent application. If the researcher can foresee there is some scope of getting a patent, that is the last issue, getting the grant. But first apply for it. Once the application is in the patent office, if anybody leaks also, then also the applicants as a whole will be benefited. Okay. They can sue that person. They have the rights to make a case against that person, and they have the right that they own that technology. Otherwise, it is difficult to prove that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The same thing.
Any pointers for pharmacy professionals? Because this is a very common question which all these M.Pharm and PhD students will have in mind when they are working in a group.
Yes, what happened? See, even in the patent applications also, we can go as a principal investigator and a co-authors. You have to do that, or CDA, CDR, NDA, non-disclosure agreement or the conflict agreement. That see, and I'll tell you, these agreements are one way. We have seen these things also. Some recent cases are there. Even though they have NDA and CDA, it is one way, and it is not registered. And sometimes no, it is based upon the trust. And definitely the opposition people, they want to dig the information with someone, people who are familiar with them. It is common, but as far as possible, we have to protect it. Because group, it is we have to take everybody into the confidence and include all the names, whether they are contributing 100%, 10%, 5% as a co-applicant, main applicant, that is a principal investigator and co-applicant. So that protects everyone. Make an agreement, what will be your profit sharing. Make it very clear. If it is a win-win situation, all will be with you. If it is win and loss situation, definitely people will not support. So we have to go with the win-win situation and protect as far as possible. See, things will go out of hand, but we have to protect as much as possible. And that is the only thing which should be, we have to take all the co-authors into the confidence and make a clear-cut agreement. That is one way to protect.
Yeah.
Just to add on to that, as sir just, there is a column of applicant and there is a column of inventors. It should be very clear who all are there will be as an inventor and who will be the applicant, because all the rights are owned by the applicant. So it should be mutually decided and agreed upon on paper that what rights are given to inventor by the applicant, because all the rights of the patent or whatever the IPR that is registered, those are held by the applicant. So they should be very clear initially only, and then the project should be taken over.
Yeah, see, if you're working in college, all the rights will go to the college. If you are working in a company as on salary basis, whatever you do, R&D research will go to your company. So if you want to claim something, you should have your own startups. That is the best way, where even if the inventor or a research, if you are paying them salary, that it is a part of their duty they're doing for you. But the applicant will be the main beneficiary. So we have to protect it. In college, no, everything goes to the college or the university. You will be the inventor with part of royalty. That should be, and even there is a lot of industry and academic collaboration that should be very, very crystal clear. We have to write it down with all the points. Who is the inventor? What is the copyright? And who will be having the royalty? What is the share? So later on, no, people will think, we will start now, later on we'll think if it is working. No, don't do that. I have seen many industry academic collaborations are failing somewhere. We have to protect it from the initial days. We have to appoint an advocate who is a third party who will guide both of us. And we have to oblige with them. That's very clear. Now India is getting up. We are in the right shape. People are very clever now. They are going with the right documentation and we are in the right time. So hats off to the overall information what is available. We are in the right direction now. We can take India to the next level very soon. And our youngsters are doing wonders. Because youngsters, they're coming up with new idea and they know only one thing, whatever the IPR we think we have to make it public, free publications, or information should be available. And it is overloaded, take to the right people, to the right college or no. In college days, we have to make it every month, at least 2-3 classes, they should be having an IPR. Then only it will be more effective. At least out of 100, 1 or 2 people will come out with some research in the high school levels only. Yeah.
Above all, we have to highlight the case studies of successful pharmacy professionals or life sciences graduates who have succeeded by patenting their projects or copywriting their projects. Then it will create a lot of interest in the mind of pharmacy professionals. Otherwise, most of them feel jurisprudence and IP to be a very boring subject. This is what this is my personal experience. When I was in B Pharm, I used to also feel the same way. And a lot of students with whom I interact, they also feel the same thing, that jurisprudence is most boring subject. They don't want to read it, or they don't want to study it. But eventually that is the subject which is kind of supporting us and helping us to go forward, right? So thank you so much, Dr. Sangmesh and Garima ma'am, for your time. And I appreciate everybody else's time. Thank you so much, all the participants who stayed till the end. Please send the feedback form, fill in the feedback form, and also be part of our groups. We'll be announcing all our upcoming webinars very soon in those groups. Coming Saturday, we have a webinar on career opportunities for pharmacy and life sciences graduates in UK. And please be part of that webinar. We'll have a lot of interesting insights coming in from a person who is living in UK for the last 15 years. And let's learn more and remain knowledgeable to do something good in the society. Thank you so much for all your time. And despite being a working day today, you have spent time with us and learned something. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sangmesh sir and Garima ma'am, for your time again. And we'll meet again in the next session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prachi, and all the members who are there in the session right now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So with your permission, sir and ma'am, shall I close the session?
Yes.